So some of you guys may have known I've been growing my locks since October 2010. As you see, the back of my hair was so thick, full of locks, and it's actually reached mid back to the bottom, almost touching my butt. So in 2014, I was able to volunteer for an organization, and I was able to get this dress. This dress was actually pretty loose fitting on me. Maybe look kind of cute though. I'm just showing you how it looked from bottom to the top. So I was just like, okay, I had the opportunity to volunteer for the organization again. Guy I was talking to was wondering like, hey, you sure this dress can fit you? You gotten bigger. And lo and behold, he was actually correct. Like, if you notice, like I actually filled out on this dress. And then a few other things I started to notice. Within my body, especially around my period time, I would have heavy periods. And at one point, I would either have 2 cycles during a month or none at all. And these were some of the other symptoms. That's when I went to my doctor and asked some questions because I noticed that periods are not supposed to be painful. That's when I discovered I had submucosal uterine fibroids. Fibroids really took a toll on my hair. Like my formerly full locks, now my locks were thin. I had to combine them. Eventually, I decided to cut those loose locks and then decided to do an undercut. However, my barber kept cutting a little bit higher, and that's when I just decided, you know what? It's time to take out the locks.
It's not an easy process.
So the first thing I decided to do, I was watching a YouTuber, and she actually decided to do it dry. And she actually used thumbtacks or push pins. This was my first time doing this, and I was doing it all the way wrong. That's why I slowed it down for you. And I actually took out a lot of hair when I was doing it. So I'm just going to show you a little bit on how I did it. I eventually got to it, but my hair became very thin when I used the thumbtack. So if you are taking out your locks, I would not suggest you using a thumbtack at all. But as you can see, I was able to get it through. The thumbtack took out a lot more hair than necessary. And that was just me when I was done twisting up my hair and putting it back and just showing you my thin results. And then that didn't stop me. Although I went to Europe, I showed you the thumbtack technique again while I was waiting for the plane. But this time, I used the rat tail comb piece to help loosen it up. And then with that, I did notice that I had a lot more hair saved. So I'm just speeding it up for you so you can see the process of me loosening up my locks and just showing you the results of me detangling it and having a great conversation in the process on my way to France. Shout out to my friend Karen from London, my South African beauty. She actually provided me a great tool, which is a crocheting tool that helped with the process way quicker than the thumbtack. There's getting done. Shout out to Sutanna. Excellent job. You got this little shit done right here. Still got all this to go. It's not easy as I thought it was gonna be. Still got a ways to go.
A long way to go.
Got a long way to go. Oh, all this hair. I was at my last lock. Finally, I made it to the end. Again, I am using the crocheting tool that my friend Karen provided me, which was way more effective than a thumbtack. And then with a thumbtack, I kept stabbing my thumb, but I reached the end and voila. This is all my hair unlocked, twisted up, and my shaved back, as I mentioned before. I did notice, again, because of fibroids, that my left side is weaker than my right side, and I had less hair. And I saved all the hair that I de-locked and cut and saved them into a Ziploc bag. It filled up the whole bag. I decided to go to Nu-Loc Hair Spa, where she put flexi rods in my hair for my new do. Voila, this is my hair without locks. This is my first time having loose hair since 2010, and I decided to bring it in with style, with curls, bring the 30 in, rocking out with my sunglasses that my friend Iyesha gave to me from London. I am making my debut at the House of Runway fashion show in Newark, New Jersey. Hopefully you like my new hairdo. Rock the natural because natural rocks.